You know that feeling. 3 a.m., eyes snap open, no alarm, no noise, no reason, just awake, lying there, heart beating a little too fast, staring at the ceiling. You figure it's stress, or maybe you drank too much water. But here's what's actually happening. Your adrenal glands just triggered something called a cortisol awakening response, hours before it's supposed to fire. Your body made a decision while you were unconscious, and it didn't ask for permission. There are 4 systems that all converge at 3 a.m., and one of them is slowly reshaping the structure of your brain. If this happened once, random, doesn't matter. But if you're waking up at the same time, almost every night, that's not insomnia, that's a pattern. And patterns mean your body is running a program you didn't write. Something inside you is hitting the same switch at the same hour. And tonight, it's gonna do it again. Here's the part that'll mess with you. At 3 a.m., you feel calm. Room's quiet. Nothing's wrong. But inside your body, 4 separate systems just fired at the exact same time. And not one of them is doing what you think. Your body isn't resting. It's running something way more aggressive. And you can't feel any of it. That's what makes this dangerous. Let's start with the first one. Your adrenal glands, 2 little glands sitting on top of your kidneys, start pumping cortisol into your bloodstream. Cortisol, the same stress hormone your body dumps when you're running from danger. Except there's no danger. You're asleep. Your adrenals just decided it's go time, and they flooded your system with stress chemicals while you were dreaming. This is called the cortisol awakening response. Normally, it fires at dawn. It's your body's biological alarm clock, prepping you to wake up, get moving. But if your system's already running hot, chronic stress, bad sleep schedule, eating late at night, that cortisol spike starts drifting, earlier and earlier, until it lands right at 3 a.m. And cortisol doesn't come alone. Right around the same time, your blood sugar is dropping. While you sleep, your body's still burning fuel. And by 3 a.m., your glucose levels hit their lowest point of the entire night. Your brain, which runs almost entirely on glucose, notices immediately. And it panics, so your brain sends an emergency signal. We're running out of fuel. And your body responds the only way it knows how. It dumps adrenaline. At 3 a.m., while you're lying perfectly still in your bed. That jolt you feel when your eyes snap open, that racing heart, that's not anxiety. That's your body hitting the biological panic button. It just hijacked your sleep to save itself. That tightness in your chest when you wake up, the shallow breathing you can't explain, that's your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight wiring. Switching on, in your bed, no danger, no threat, just your biology deciding it's time to go to war. And you're lying there thinking you're having a panic attack, when really, your body just activated its emergency protocol for absolutely no reason. But there's a third player, your liver. Between 1 and 3 a.m., your liver enters its peak detox cycle. It's processing everything you put in your body that day. The alcohol, the sugar, the processed food, the medications. And when your liver's working overtime, it generates heat. Your core body temperature rises. And that tiny temperature shift, it's enough to drag you out of deep sleep. And here's what connects all 4. At 3 a.m., you're not in deep sleep anymore. You were 2 hours ago. But by now, your brain has cycled into lighter REM stages, which means you're at your most vulnerable. So when that cortisol spike hits, and blood sugar drops, and your liver fires up, and your body temperature shifts, you're sitting in the lightest sleep phase of the entire night. Every system converges at the exact same moment. That's not coincidence. That's biology. You don't feel any of this happening. That's the scary part. You just feel awake, maybe a little wired. Maybe your heart's going faster than it should be at 3 a.m., but you blame stress. Or that weird dream. You have no idea that 4 separate systems just fired in sequence, and your body orchestrated all of it while you were unconscious. Now here's where it gets dark, because if this happens once, no big deal. Your body resets. You fall back asleep. Brain clears the cortisol. Blood sugar stabilizes. Everything's fine by morning. But if this is happening every night, every single night at the same time, your brain starts paying a price you don't know about. Chronic cortisol exposure, the kind you get from waking up stressed every single night, starts shrinking your hippocampus. That's the memory center, the part of your brain that stores new memories and regulates your emotions. And it's physically getting smaller, not metaphorically. Neurons are dying, volume is dropping. They can see it on brain scans, and you don't feel a thing. And remember that blood sugar crash? The one triggering the adrenaline dump? When that happens night after night, your body starts developing insulin resistance. Your cells stop responding to insulin properly, which means worse blood sugar regulation, which means more 3 a.m. crashes, which means more adrenaline, more cortisol, more damage. It's a feedback loop, and it feeds itself. So here's the real answer. Your body doesn't wake you up at 3 a.m. because something is wrong in that moment. It wakes you up because something has been wrong for weeks, maybe months. The 3 a.m. wake up isn't the problem, it's the symptom. Your body's been keeping score this entire time, and 3 a.m. is when the bill hits. Remember when I said you feel fine during the day? That's your body masking the damage. You're running on elevated cortisol, destabilized blood sugar, a fight or flight system that fires for no reason, and a hippocampus that's getting smaller every week. And you feel a little tired. That's not resilience. That's your body hiding how bad it actually is. And by the time you notice the real symptoms, the memory gaps, the brain fog that won't lift, the weight that keeps creeping up, you've been in this loop for months, and you never connected it to 3 a.m. The cortisol damage to your hippocampus, some of it reverses. If you fix your sleep, break the cycle, your brain can recover volume, but not all of it. The neurons that died during those months of 3 a.m. wake-ups, some of those don't come back. You'll have slightly worse memory, slightly more emotional reactivity, and you'll never connect it to those nights lying awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, thinking it was just stress. Your body isn't broken, and 3 a.m. isn't random. It's a signal. 4 systems converging at the exact same moment, every night, trying to tell you something's off. The cortisol that fires too early, the blood sugar that crashes too low, the liver that's working too hard, the sleep that's too light to protect you. Your body's been screaming at you every night at 3 a.m. You just didn't know what it was saying. Now you do. The question is how long you've been ignoring it, and whether the bill's already come due.